All right, and we are live in full effect with one of my favorite students, Clarence Parker, on the line. So we have a crazy exciting success story for you guys today. First off, Clarence, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the Curve Pen?
I invented a new way of writing. It's a pen with an extended tip and a curvature, so we call it Curve Pen. And I actually have shown here, different sizes of the pen. It fixes a wide variety of issues, and people are loving it. So we launched this, this year, and things are going great.
So that's really exciting, especially as it's one thing to be an entrepreneur, it's another to be an inventor and to bring something new to the market. So, what inspired you to create that product?
I'm a tinkerer. I'm a network architect by trade, and so I'm always messing around with things. And so one particular day, my daughter came to me with a popcorn kernel stuck in her tooth. And I used a dental tool called an Explorer. It has more of a right angle than the Curva pen. But after I finished, I was at my desk and I said, wow, it would be great if I could write with this. And so I didn't know how pens worked. And I went to Staples and Office Depot, just bought every pen that I could, took them apart because I didn't know how pens worked. And then I thought, if I can get a medical syringe and bend it, maybe I can get this thing to work. So after a lot of trial and error, I built by hand my prototype and found a company. It took 3 years to figure out. It surprisingly, it's harder to make than you would think. We found a company in Japan that could make it, and here we are.
Um, and the thing that is cool about your product is it really can solve problems and address pain, right? And that's the best stuff that you can sell, especially for those of you watching. If you can position your products, it's not that you have to create something new. It's really about positioning your stuff in the market. And if you can say, hey, here's a problem, and this can help make that problem go away, then it's already something that's going to be set up for success, right?
Mhm.
So obviously it took a little bit of time in production. Boom, we finally got it ready to rock and roll, but we're running into some issues. So tell me a little bit about some of the problems that you're running into before joining the Ecom Sales Engine program.
Oh my goodness. Like I said, I'm an engineer, just a regular person. I knew absolutely nothing about marketing. All I knew was, hey, I may have something here. I want to get it out into the market. And my particular situation is, I think it's harder than the norm because, in my opinion, nothing like this has ever been done before. I'm going out and I'm trying to compete with Sharpie and Micron and the big boys, trying to sell a pen at the least amount of cost as possible, but yet with advertising, my cost of acquisition is higher. So at one point, it was costing me over $25 just to get one customer. So now I had to figure out, okay, how can I make this work? I can't sell this product for $100 and make it right. And so that was one of the main challenges. And I actually went out and I said, forget it. I hired one of the big advertising companies, and I was paying like $5,000 a month, hoping that they would help me. And it just it, it just wasn't working out. And then I stumbled upon your site, and literally I implemented one of your things and started seeing results immediately. And I was able to let that company go. And here we are.
Yeah, no, you touched on a key pain that a lot of folks experience, especially when they're starting out or don't have a background in marketing, is that like you you want to have an agency that can kind of come in and take everything off your hands, right? And I can put it all on them. But when you don't understand what really allows offers to be profitable, what allows these marketing companies to be able to scale advertising and build stuff around it, they're just going to burn your money. And not only will they burn your money on the ad end of things, but then there's the cost of hiring the agency in the first place. So it's definitely treacherous to hire an agency or invest heavily in traffic before you're ready to do what you need to do with that traffic, right?
Right.
So obviously, look, there's a lot of options out there. What made you decide to work with me versus some of those other options?
Yeah, I had several. I did quite a bit of research on you. I like the fact that it felt like a family. It was a family feel. I could tell that you're really genuine in wanting to help people just by looking at your videos. I mean, I'm looking at your body language. I'm really trying to dig in because I didn't want to burn any more money. I was very, 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 very frustrated. And so, it didn't take me long to make the decision. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give this a shot. And when I looked at your training material, I was like, whoa. I mean, I knew I didn't know stuff, but the way you have it broken down in the back office, it's become invaluable. I mean, with like your templates and like, I got to let you know this. I literally took your template, your website template, rebuilt my website the very first day that I got on. I copied your website pretty much 100%, and it just changed everything from there.
Yeah, man.
So thank you.
I do what I can. And like this, the marketing and the growth thing, it's not it's not easy, right? And it's normal, it's natural to struggle again when you don't necessarily have a background in this type of stuff. But it doesn't have to be as hard, as long as and as expensive as it is for a lot of folks, right? You can definitely shortcut your success, you can shortcut your learning curve just by focusing on the right things at the right time, right? And that's something I really try to help people do is just shift your perspective so that way you can see where you need to put your attention on and then make it easier for you to take action and think less.
Exactly, and that's what I liked with your training because again, there's a lot of stuff out there, and I just wanted somebody to tell me, look, these are the tools, the tried and true tools that I've used. And people call them hacks, right? This is what you need, right? The exact tool to do what you need to do. I was trying everything, spending money on everything because I didn't know what I didn't know. I was also doing Amazon. I didn't know if I should go with Shopify and Amazon, but I learned from you that it's probably best to go with Shopify because you own that list. You have recurring income. You can nurture that list, and you have something that you can take with you as opposed to just being transactional on Amazon.
Uh,
That was key for me.
Man, yes, whether you're talking about Amazon, whether you're talking about Etsy, these are marketplaces, right? You're like a kiosk in someone else's mall. You don't control that customer. You don't control that selling process, right? You are just a person in that booth. And these platforms can replace you with someone else at any time. They can sell other people's stuff to your people because those aren't your customers, those are their customers. You are just a product on their shelf. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't supplement your store income with Amazon. I'm on Amazon. You're also on Amazon, but you don't want to make that your home base. It's okay to have your store and you got a kiosk over there because now we're making more money. And I don't care. I can know if you find me on this platform, you can still come home to me versus you always go back home to them. So
Right.
that's definitely a good point to bring up. So, Clarence, right? Obviously, you started out kind of frustrated, struggling a little bit, but you recently got a little bit of hardware in the mail, right? Why don't you?
Uh, I
Why
got
don't you?
several things in the mail from you. Hold on.
Yeah.
I got them ready. All right. This was the first one.
Oh
This
yeah.
this was the $10,000 a month one, right?
The 10K
Then,
club board.
then we graduated. We went to the $20,000 a month club, right? And
Oh, he's
now
still going.
recently,
Uh-oh.
look at this, look at
Uh-oh.
this. Recently, I'm at that 50K. All
Woo!
right. So we shooting for 100K now.
Yeah, man. Look, this guy, he's gonna make me create new awards, right? And
Yeah.
that's super exciting, right?
Yeah.
Man, and the thing is, what just past the halfway mark on the month. You're already at almost $30,000 in sales on this month. And we're just now getting into the holiday season where a product like yours is going to be fantastic for gifts and stuff like that. So, like, how does it feel to enjoy so much growth so quickly?
It feels good. It feels good to get to a point, and I've always said this, like, how do I scale? Like, once I figure out the right formula, and I know I'm getting 2x, 3x, 4x return on every dollar that I use in advertising, now I can scale. And so we're pretty much at that point now. And so we're starting to spend more in advertising. There's some things in your training that I still haven't implemented yet. I can't wait to try, with the SMS and the text, and figuring out how to leverage text messaging overlaid with emails to make sure that you got maximum visibility, to make your sales. So I can't wait to try this new training that you have to see what happens. But it feels great to answer your question. I know that was long-winded, but it feels good.
No, the whole point is that way you can just, talk and, and it's the point is to have an honest conversation. And that's the thing, right? See, before, when you were focusing heavily on, hey, I have this great product, let me advertise, get a bunch of traffic and clicks, and it'll kind of sell itself, right? And that's what a lot of folks think when they're first starting. It's like, okay, now I just need traffic. I have product, now I just need traffic. But whether it's you grinding, posting your stuff on social media, sharing it all over the place, doing the leg lifting, or whether it's you paying, running ads, or paying agencies to run your ads to get you clicks, if you are not doing a good job of converting your clicks into customers, right? If you're not putting enough focus on your average order value and getting that as high as possible, then anything that you do from a traffic end of things is going to be limited, right? One of the things that has really helped you grow is just that focus on what we call profit optimization and making sure that you're able to maintain a high conversion rate. So that way I can confidently send more traffic to my site. I can focus on my average order value so that way my customers are that much more valuable. And when I do buy a buyer, it's worth that much more to me. So I can go out and get more buyers along the way, right? So when we talk about the Ecom sales engine program, what are some of the things that you would say have helped you the most in the program?
I think you touched on the main one for me. I alluded to it earlier on. Trying to figure out how to get my average order value, high enough to make sense to even advertise. So, like I said, when I was tweaking this thing, I remember it costing $25 just to get a sale after the dust settled with advertising on Facebook, for example. And so, to me, even though that number has reduced drastically using your training, to me, I knew I had to figure out, if I got a customer, they had to spend a lot more than $25 for it to make sense. Right. And so, you have many strategies to kind of overcome that. One being bundles. Oh man, I love those bundles, and the tools that you use for that. That pretty much opened my eyes. Now my average order value is way over the $25, and so that was the biggest one for me. Second, I would say how to set up my email sequences, how to nurture my list, and knowing how to communicate was huge for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's only three ways to grow any business, right? Get more customers, get your customers to buy more, and get your customers to buy more frequently. Mm-hmm. Right? Traffic is all about getting more customers, yeah. But when you are able to focus on all three of those growth levers, you don't have to have a drastic increase in any one of them, right? You can have a small increase here, small increase here, small increase here, and they combine for geometric lift, right? So when we talk about increasing your conversion rate, so that way you can get more people from that traffic that you're sending. When we talk about increasing your average order value so your customers are worth more. And then we talk about using follow-up messaging and other pieces in play to, again, nurture leads, bring them back, and get people to come back and buy again. A lot of times with automated, right, on autopilot. Now we can enjoy significant growth because you have a multifaceted approach. And that's what I really try to focus on. Like, traffic is just gas, you guys, whether it's Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google ads, Pinterest ads, TikTok ads, right? SEO, influencers, they're just clicks, they're just traffic. What's important is that we have a selling system on the other side of that to do the things that we need to do with them, right? So if you had to pick like one thing and say, man, that's my favorite thing, that really moved the needle the most for me, that's like the best part of the program, what would you say that is?
I would say that email. I would say that website template I stole from you.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, yeah, that's business in a box right there, isn't it?
Right. It completely transformed my business. Just the front door, changing that. And it was clear almost immediately.
Well, we do what we
So
can. Right. So yeah, I mean, well, when you were paying what you were paying on ads, right? If you can just get better at the point of attack, right? We both play football, right? You know, you get a little bit more push on the line, get a little bit better at
right.
that point of attack, and the sea
That's
awaits,
right. Right.
right?
And it's funny because like one of the tools that I used, I would it would actually screen capture all of my clicks. So I would be able to see the person coming to my site and seeing where they're moving their mouse to on my site. And I was able to capture how much time they spent. And my bounce rate was horrible at first. I remember some people would click my site, be on there for like a second or 2 seconds or 3 seconds and leave immediately. Then when I implemented your template, I'm like, whoa, they're starting to move stuff around. They're starting to be on this site for 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Oh man, they just clicked an order button. Okay. Oh my God. So you get those type of tools to try to learn your customer and know how to adjust things to make it work on both desktop and mobile. That was another thing, the mobile understanding, because most of your customers are going to come from that mobile device.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about that. So that was huge.
Yeah. Again, you hit a bunch of nails on the head, and you don't have to be the smartest or the best marketer or have the most amazing products, right? Once you really just understand the fundamentals of what allows you to be successful online, right? So many folks put so much focus on traffic and advertising and which traffic platform and different hacks for traffic and all this other stuff when it comes to traffic. But the reality is, when you have a system that runs and you can count on it, like, you can outsource your traffic. Like, I tell my students all the time, like, look, that's one of the first things that you should outsource, right? You don't have to become a pro at paid advertising. It helps when you understand how to do it. It helps when you can know what you're looking at, so you know if someone's trying to BS you or not, right? But by no means do you have to become a pro at paid advertising to be successful. What you do want to become a pro at is understanding your customers and understanding how to do the things that you're talking about doing, which is monitor their behavior, look at what they're doing, pay attention to what they're saying and how they're engaging, and tweak and optimize. When you know how to do that, you can get traffic from anywhere, right? So, Clarence, what would you say to someone that might be on the fence about joining the Ecom Sales Engine program?
Oh, do it. Do it. I mean, I've personally spent so much money trying to find my way, and I saw results almost immediately with you. Join someone who cares. I like the fact that you reached out to me and asked for access to my store to do your own independent audit. I was like, okay. So, you went back there, you took the time to do that, and I really appreciated that. And I don't know where you can get that. So I would strongly recommend that you at least explore, what you have to offer, and give it a shot.
Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I tell folks all the time, like my superpower is I care, right? I don't claim to be some super mastermind. I mean, I am a pretty smart guy, right? And I've done a good amount. I've been pretty successful online and in ecom. But my thing is that I actually care about you guys. I care about my students. I care about folks that are just watching a stream like this. That's why I put out so much free content, because I know that this stuff isn't easy. I know that there's a lot of people out here that just want your money, right? And I want you guys to enjoy the level of freedom, the level of excitement that comes from seeing the fruits of your labor, right? When you've been grinding as long as you have and spending as much time and money as you have, to be able to see the glimmer of success and be like, holy, wait a minute, like I've actually got something here. Like that's what does it for me, right? So hearing you say stuff like that warms my heart, because it's not about the money for me. It's about helping people like you see the fruits of your labor and build your dreams, and knowing that it's like multi-level, you know, multi-level marketing, like passive, the things that you're able to do with your success and the way that you pay it forward. It's almost like me helping to contribute to that. So that's what really does it for me, right? And speaking of paying it forward, right? One of the things that I like about you is you're big on paying it forward. So for everyone that is watching this case study, and I know a lot of you guys are watching this case study, right? If you mention Clarence and Curvapen on your strategy call with me,
Hey.
you're gonna get $500 off the cost to get into the program itself, right? Call it a Christmas present from Clarence over here, right? To help you be able to hit the ground that much faster. Take that, put that back into ads, put that back into whatever. But all you have to do is, again, mention Clarence, right? He's going to have his own custom promo code. And all you have to do is just, again, bring up this case study. You'll be able to take $500 off the cost to move forward if that's what you want to do. And you'll be able to join the Ecom Sales Engine family with myself, Clarence, and others. And maybe you can enjoy some of the success that this guy over here is enjoying with his shiny new trophy collection over there, right?
Hey, there you go.
You guys like a Pokemon master, man. Gotta catch them all, right? So before we wrap this up, Clarence, anything you want to leave with?
No, man. Thanks for the time. I was pleasantly surprised. You sent me a message asking if I'd like to do an interview, and I hope this helps people. You know what I mean? Your information is battle tested, which is what I like. It's tried and true. So I really hope that at least one person looks at this and gives it a shot and becomes successful. So
yeah, man. What it's all about.
Right? Don't say I gatekeep this, guys.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. There's an ecom solution right now. There's a gold rush right now. And I want as many people to take advantage of it as they can, because the gatekeepers are coming. It is going to get more difficult. A lot of major retailers, a lot of companies are with big overhead, and all these physical locations are shuttering and closing down, right? So it's only a matter of time before Big Brother starts to get in the way to help them fend off you, right? So shoot your shot, take action, believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, and do what you got to do to get where you want to go, right? So Clarence, thanks for joining us, right? Curvapen, that's curvapen.com, right? So those of you arthritis, lefties looking for a new, smarter, faster way to write, I definitely encourage you guys to check it out, right? I'll drop a link to it in the this post, and you can see what all the hype is about for yourself. All right. So Clarence, thanks again for joining us. And you guys in the traffic and conversions group, y'all have a fantastic day.
All right.